You have a spot, take your shot.
I'll be eating loaded tots for March Madness. Thank me was last year. I didn't get my madness last year, so we're doing.
We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SheepStaySleepTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform, man. Much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building, man. If you in the building, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, man. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button, man. After you hit the like button, make sure you share the show. Share the show. Share it on your community tab. Anywhere that you share videos, make sure you share this show. If you're catching a playback, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. And we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And last but definitely not least, make sure you financially support the show. Make sure you financially support the show. You can do so by going to CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. That's CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can go at any time during the show. It is in the top left-hand corner of your screen. All other donation links will be in the chat room. All other donation links will be in the chat room. If you have any questions, any comments you would like me to acknowledge, put it through with your super chat, and I will acknowledge them. Once again, shout out to everybody, man. And y'all see tonight's show. What do we value in this space? What do we value in this space, fellas? Based on what we see, what do we value? What do we value? Because too much in this space, we have too much men who are harping on what women are doing, how they're living, what is their value system, and things of that stuff, things of that nature. And I find that to be a problem because there's a problem going on with us. There's a lot of issues that we have as Black men that we need to be focused on. And the way that we assess these issues is through a value system. You see? So tonight, I'm going to ask the question constantly, what do we value in this space? See, because if we as men can write down what we value in this space as men, then we can properly assess the issues that we're dealing with. You see? But if we want to sit here and act like we don't have an issue, women have all the issues, and we need to be sitting around worrying about the issues that plague them, then we're going to continue to be disenfranchised as black men. Now, was that stopping the system from being a system? No. But do black men have their own system? Is the real question. Do we have our own system? Yeah, we're disenfranchised based on the system. Yes. Based on white supremacy, yes, black men have been disenfranchised. Correct. We understand that. But as black men, do we have our own system in which we follow? Or do we follow the same white supremacist system that oppresses us? See, because if we don't have our own system to employ, then of course we're going to follow the system that is there. You see? But we can't implement a system as a group of men if we sitting around worrying about all the things that have something to do with somebody else. Now, does the issues and the things that black women do affect black men? Yes. Yes, they do. But if we sit down and talk like men, a lot of us will find out that you shouldn't even been with that woman. You decided to be with her at the time because your value system wasn't there. Or your value was very low. You may have just been walking around looking for sex. And see, this is what a lot of us men get caught up in. We get caught up in the affairs of our penises. So the reason why you may have attracted that bad female, it's because you were only valuing women's sexual market value at that time, aka you was thinking with your wee-wee. So since you was thinking with your wee-wee and not with your brain, right? What good result did you think was going to yield from that? And all of the other things that's spoken about are results of your bad choices. And your bad choices is based on what? You having low spiritual value. You see? You not valuing yourself enough. This is why you was thinking with your wee-wee. Because you wasn't valuing yourself. And now you're going through the gamut of what you have to go through with these females. Because you was thinking with your wee-wee. See, what do you value? If you only value sex, then you're going to reap the results of that. You can't be running around here thinking with your wee-wee and thinking that you're going to attract a woman with high marriage market value. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So ask yourself, what is being valued here? This is why, fellas, we have to employ this 10 life value system. Starting with the internal 5, which is spiritual, health, family, appearance, and dwelling. Then the external 5 would be mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. This is how we assess our issues right here. This is how we assess the choices that we make in our lives, fellas, even when it comes to women. A dude who's homeless, right? He's homeless. So he has an issue with dwelling. He don't have nowhere to live. So, of course, if he has the chance, he's going to be a hobosexual because he's homeless. He's homeless. But instead of us in this space addressing the homelessness issue that black men are suffering with, in a lot of these big inner cities like New York, like Chicago, like DC, there's a lot of young homeless black men. And a lot of them was homeless. Why? Because they come from broken families. But what do we value in this space? We value conflict. So all we do is, oh, the hobosexual, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray, and the hobosexual, and the hobosexual. Instead of addressing the dwelling problem that black men have, dealing with homelessness, dealing with living in poor living conditions, growing up in the projects. Instead of doing that, what we like to do, we like to conflict create. Shout out to my brother Ronan Martin. aka the Book of Ronan, where he said you got content creators in this space and you got conflict creators, where they say they creating content, but they really creating conflict in the name of content. So y'all use the whole problem that black men have, and y'all use it as a talking point in an argument or in a debate. And that's not cool, because all that do is create conflict in the space, when we really need to be talking about dwelling value, which is one of the internal 5 of the 10 life values. There's a whole lot of black men out here that are homeless. Do you know there's a lot of homeless black men right here on YouTube? You just can't tell because they got a cell phone. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Stop making this stuff into funny little jokes, and that shit is not cute. We don't have time for that. But if we in this space, if we not creating conflict with one another, we partying. Bunch of partying and bullshitting. Where's that doing? What is that doing for us? Somebody tell me what's that doing for us? Who is that helping? How many men is that helping? How many? I'm not saying brothers shouldn't have a good time. Shit, we should have a good time. We go through a lot. I'm not saying that, man. I'm not saying that. But we still got work to do. And we got more work to do than partying and bullshitting, especially in this space. All you got to do is check my comment section. There's a lot of men here that are suffering in silence. There's a lot of men here that need help from other brothers, that got ventures that they want to do, and they need advice from other brothers, and they can't reach out. They don't know who to reach out to. Some of these brothers are afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to me, man. At the end of the show, I'm gonna give out my email address, but don't be afraid to reach out. Definitely don't be afraid to reach out to me, man. Because see, another thing that we deal with in this space, and a lot of brothers deal with this. This is why a lot of brothers suffer in silence in this space, because they had to do it in real life, offline. They suffer in silence, so they don't say anything. While we sitting back partying and bullshitting. See, we can't keep sitting here complaining about why shit won't change for black men when we still talking about the same shit. We're not focused on ourselves enough, brothers. Let me repeat that. We're not focused on ourselves enough. We need to be more focused on ourselves. Why? Because we're our own agency. See, these 10 life values that we have is going to sustain anything that we build. Because the internal 5 addresses the healing, and the external 5 addresses the building. This is why I say we have to heal before we build. The internal 5 of the 10 life values, which is spiritual, health, family, appearance, and dwelling. When we address these 5 values, spiritual value, who we are as men, who are you as an individual? Who are you, brother? Who are you? What are you about? Then the next thing, your health. What is the current condition of your mental and physical health? Next, we have family. What is the state of your family? What type of family do you come from? What type of family have you created? Next is your appearance. Your appearance is not just how you look as far as your clothes, but it's how you convey yourself to the world. So it's how we looked at on a global scale, black man. Shit, how we looked at on a domestic scale. How do you look at yourself? How do you want the world to look at you? This is a parent's value. And last, your dwelling value. What is your living conditions? The quality of your living conditions. See, once we address those internal 5, then we will be healed. See, then we will be whole as men. We'll be a whole man. We won't be broken. We won't be fragmented. And see, then we can properly move mobility. We can move as a body politic. As brothers. Then that's when the building starts. Then that's when we could properly advocate for black men's rights and to promote black male masculinity. Preferably black male heterosexual masculinity. But see, we can't move that way until we heal. We got to heal before we build. As brothers. You see? And that's what these 10 life values represent. Heal before you build. The external 5, the building, is the mobility, is the education, the profession. All the things that we do as men to build the life that we want for ourselves. You see? But if we don't value the correct things, if we value partying and bullshit, right? Then we'll stay stuck in conflict. We'll stay stuck. We'll stay stuck in our addictions, and we won't be able to ever reach our full potential like our ancestors did. And they showed it. See, they showed it in their building of societies. They showed it in ancient Egypt. They showed it. All through Africa. They showed it. You see? But it started with healing. It started with spiritual value first, the internal five. It started with spiritual value. In Africa, they had a spiritual system. And that spiritual system promoted good health. This is why they ate a different way. They weren't, prescribed a bunch of narcotics and all of this stuff as medicine. They took herbs. Get your A game. It's down in the description box, fellas. Packed with 21 herbs for healing purposes. Health. And with that, having proper physical and mental health, you promoted that to your family. So your children ate a certain way. Your children thought a certain way. You see? Their cousins were a certain way. They aunts, they uncles. They grew up functional. You see? This is why back in those times in Africa, we were seen as the superpower of the world. Everybody came to Africa. That's appearance value. Everyone came to us. Everyone came to us. Because how the world saw us, because how we conveyed ourselves based on our spiritual system. And we dwelled in the best places. Look at how we buried our people. Look at the temples that's still up to this day. The pyramids that's still up to this day. We lived in the best conditions. This is why you saw people in other parts of the world copying what was done in Africa. See, that's the internal five: spiritual, health, family, appearance, dwelling. And from that, we created institutions. University of Timbuktu, all the mystery schools. See? This is mobility. Your institutions. Institutions of higher learning. We had a military. This is mobility. And we had something to teach. Education. We know we had something to teach because we had a spiritual system. See, it all goes back to number one. So you know we had something to teach. It's education. So our men were being developed from the time they were young. This is why back in those times, it was like predestined for you to have a certain profession. You were predestined to have a certain profession if you were a master in certain parts of education. See? And with a great profession, of course, you can have great leisure. And of course, we had great leisure. Just go and look at some of the parties and some of the weddings in Africa back in them times. And of course, we were always the wealthiest place. Always. That's why everybody came to Africa and stole from us, because we always were the wealthiest. We had all the resources. All of the world's main resources were there. See, so we always had values. But see, tomorrow, I'm a get into what happened. Because I always say they always were replaced with bullshit. But not tomorrow, excuse me, because tomorrow's the comedy hour. Make sure y'all tune in 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. But Monday's show, fellas, will be about me showing and proving how our values were replaced with bullshit. Because I know y'all be wondering, like, damn, he keeps saying our values was replaced with bullshit, but how? What happened? How? Well, on Monday, we're going to get into that. Because today, I just showed you, we've always had values. And the values that we had was this 10 life value system. You could take it back to ancient Africa. I just went through it for you. See? But Monday, I'm going to break down how our values were replaced. What happened? What happened? How did it happen? What happened? So shout out to everybody in the building. Salute to everybody. If you enjoyed the show, donate to the show. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where y'all can go to donate to the show. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And as y'all know, this episode has been sponsored by A Game. A Game, a herbal male solution. A herbal male solution. Fellas, get down in the description box. Let's get on this A Game, man. Let's get on this A Game. It is packed with 21 herbs for our healing, fellas, because we got to heal before we build. Health value is number 2. So get down in the description box, fellas. Hit the link at checkout. Make sure you type in sheep and the number 10 as your promo code. That's sheep and the number 10 as your promo code to get a discount off on your purchase. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Much love. Once again, I appreciate everybody who donated if you donated. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Remember, brothers, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build, because we are our own agency. We are our own agency. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A Game, he's been on top of his A Game. What? When I say A Game, I mean his A Game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog, just because I want some sleep. If you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A Game, fellas. Get your A Game.